Hey everybody, welcome back to SCR 2016. I'm Sejam.
What's up? I'm Ultra David.
I really like your shirt, David.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I thought I would pick a new one this time. Top 32 is what we're going to be having, all the way down to top 16.
Yes.
And then therefore, after that, we're going to go 16 to 8.
Yeah, so right
8
now...
will be later on, though.
Exactly. So 6 p.m. today, I think, is when top 8 is scheduled. Right now, we're just going to run from top 32 all the way down to that top 8 and try to get as many matches as possible on stream for you guys.
That's right. Again, if you want to check out the brackets just like yesterday, you can go to either smash.gg or you can go to flowko.tv. But first, this isn't the only Capcom Pro Tour thing happening today. Earlier today, there was another one at Milan.
Yeah, Milan's game show. The EU regional final happened earlier today. We have a lovely little video for you guys to check out. Of course, this is the 4th place match. I'm still Daddy, who did a great job all the way there. Beat MOV, as you mentioned.
I was so impressed with that MOV match on both sides, actually. But I'm still Daddy made 4th. Guile looks great. He looks great. I'm really happy for him. But Bonchan, I'm happy for too, because he had not as much success when the game was new, and it seems like he's found it.
Yeah, and he goes home with 3rd place. He loses to Phenom, who, of course, was in grand finals against Daigo Umehara. And then they had a pretty awesome set, and you see Daigo here walking him down. Lands the uppercut to take it, and he is the champion of Milan's game week. He did an awesome job. And, you know, Daigo he's in that weird state where, like, he's so on and off, and people are trying to figure out, like, where he is in the game. But he went over there and played really, really well.
Yeah, I think he's described it himself. You know, he's talked about experimenting between different styles and trying to figure out which one works best before Capcom Cup.
He has a really long-term game plan.
Yes, he does.
He doesn't want to just win the tournament today.
Right.
He wants to win the tournaments a year from now and continue to win, right?
Exactly. And there have been some tournaments where I think he's experimented with one style or the other, gone very hard on offense or very hard on defense.
Yeah.
And what I was really impressed with this weekend for him was that it's definitely more on the defensive side still.
Yeah.
But the blocking was fantastic. He did take risks sometimes. It wasn't completely risk-averse, and he did that at very smart moments. And he just looked like he was completely prepared for everything. He looked great. Like all the situations that he faced against Mika, against Nikali, whatever it was, against Guile, he seemed like he had studied already, and he knew what was going to happen. So he looks great, I think, going into Capcom Cup soon.
Yeah, 100%. Well, it's time for our first match here at SCR. We're into our top 32. The first one's going to be a real slobber knocker. This is the West Coast Warzone Grand Finals from this year, which is a ranking event that, of course, went down. Christopher Tari-on on the left with Ken, EG's Balrog on the right with Balrog, and they're into the match.
Yep, they're in there. Let's roll.
It's a slow start so far, and it's going to be dangerous. Yeah, Ken is one of those characters that Balrog can kind of maul when he knocks down, but you have to be cautious about that uppercut.
Yeah, I talked with Rog about this yesterday, and he said that he did not want to pick Balrog against characters who have 3-frame buttons. That's not Ken.
Right. So any 4-framer he feels comfortable with because he feels like he can pressure them safely with his buttons and just really kind of overwhelm them, right?
Yeah, as many good options as Ken has, one of the downsides to him is that he does not have one of those 3-frame jabs or shorts.
Right. So it just means that Eduardo can get in there and take control a bit better.
That's
a
right.
bit more consistently. So, you know, so far,
though, okay. Woke up with his own very fast option.
Yes, and he goes...
Oh, punishable, and it was not punished. Unfortunate for PR Rog.
He still has all the meter in the world to work with, though. If Chris...
that was dangerous.
Critical art, yeah,
for sure. Okay, Super's gone.
Yeah, dude, I totally expected him to have that neutral jump critical art. That's such an Eduardo thing to be ready for, but just maybe not ready in the first round of top 32 so far.
Or maybe not wanting to show it yet, maybe not wanting to bring it out.
Right, yeah, maybe in that. Oh, that jump hurricane, so tough to anti-air. Can you see the pressure? It was a delayed down medium punch. Look at the stun bar. But a counter poke from Eduardo.
Chris, very insistent here.
Yeah, he really just wants to take
runs
control.
All of a sudden.
It's a very different style, right? He played so slow at the start of this game. Overhead.
Oh, the mix-up. Is that stun? Maybe.
It is.
God, this character is such a cannon.
Yeah, it's going to be stun, not death, though. And Eduardo can get the setup here. Oh, top two. One more for Chris Tari-on on the round. He doesn't get much off of that. And the throw afterwards.
What a steal.
Dude, when you put yourself in that situation, right, you are negative, but not unsafe.
Right.
After that
you cannot be punished, but you don't necessarily have the advantage. And I guess Ed just didn't think that it was time to challenge.
Pretty sure he was just thinking to himself, he's going to pull out this uppercut and panic in this last moment. And Chris Tari-on says, no, here is the back throw, and he gets himself the first game.
Yeah, after all, Chris did have a couple of uppercuts in that game.
Right, yeah, it's not like he's afraid to go to that option. It's just in there, and he didn't feel it. There's hit confirm from Chris. You see a slower start to the round, and then immediately, boom, turns it on after a whiff punish.
That's set up for Rog. Last time he did that, he just empty jumped.
Right, and I like that he wakes up with the first 2 hits of target combo and then goes for the V trigger. That way he gets the grounded
Very
combo.
unfortunate for him. He had a big chance there.
Overhead, not punished from Tari-on. He gets the juggle. And
Trigger's
also,
ready.
yeah, trigger definitely an issue.
Not a true meaty right there. Balrog really can't wake. Oh, he got the confirm for sure.
That's the round. 3 rounds straight for Tari-on over PR Rog, who really just can't seem to contain him so far. It's one of those things we mentioned. He wants to play against him with this Balrog pick right to really dump this character up close and lock him down, but he hasn't had the chance. Yeah, the uppercuts for Tari-on have been so consistent. He has corner carry now. And you know, despite all this, Ken with huge meter advantage. Oh, he missed the confirm.
Very unfortunate for him.
Yeah, juggle from Eduardo. He gets screen carry, but look, you know, Eduardo has not been able to contain Chris. It's either been wake up uppercut, wake up buttons, or something, and Tari-on will not fall for this.
I mean, this might be it, depending on what Ed gets.
Not quite dead.
Not quite. Very close.
Yeah. Throw tech by Tari-on. He still has trigger and all that meter to work with.
Well, we've seen how dangerous he still is.
Look for back throw to the corner.
Remember, he's just 2 hits away from taking this.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, great. You know, Eduardo gave the space. Kind of gave Tari-on a little bit of room, and then immediately Tari-on says, all right, here's the fireball, and Eduardo says, yes, I'm going to take this space back. It's now mine, and he gets the round. Crushed, and this is corner carry and pretty good damage for Eduardo. And you notice he still presses, despite Tari-on waking up with uppercut a lot. Yeah, Eduardo's not going to be dissuaded.
I mean, that's the style of the character. You have to do what the character is good at. And that means that you have to take risks up close. Not that those are huge risks, but you have to try it.
Yeah, I mean, uppercut damage versus crush counter from Balrog is a very significant swing. Right. Oh, boy. Yeah, landing. He gets the whiff punish.
Chris ready with trigger. He sees it! Look at his stun. Look at his stun.
Not quite. One more hit. If he gets the stun, it's the round.
Goes low. Of course. Of course.
Stuffed him.
The fake. That's it.
And there it is. Christopher Tari-on over PR Rog. He just got the 1 round, but it's so quick. So explosive on that cannon. You notice at the start of a lot of the rounds, Chris would play slow, right? He'd have sort of a controlled. He'd get like boom, whiff punish, in. Right. And it was constantly in. And every time Eduardo knocked him down, he was an uppercut. He did wake up button into run a couple of times.
He did. Well, I'll say this. Many of Ed's things I think were not true meaty setups.
Right.
They were, you know, there were, I think, some things that he hasn't really quite picked up yet about the character. This is unfortunate for PR Rog.
The air reset, he just flies out of what Eduardo was planning.
Right, but that's not something that you can blame the loss on. It's one individual moment, and for the most part, Chris, I thought, was great with picking his spots, getting in, forcing the mix-ups.
And the little low, you see reversal show up on the right side of the screen there. Yeah. That is, of course, Eduardo trying to get out of there with something. He gets the juggle at the end, and Ken damage output is so terrifying that Eduardo in that situation, when he gets clipped, that's that.
Yeah, well, it's the same for Balrog, but
yeah,
you know, Ken is able to force his game, I think, from more ranges than Balrog is. I mean, we saw it at the end of the first game when it was Roundhouse Hurricane all the way up close from very, very far away.
Right.
So that's something that Ken can do.
Oh, yeah, totally.
That, you know, Balrog can't really.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you have to think, too, when you look at a set like that, right, it's pretty one-sided for Tari-on, but if you have to imagine, if Eduardo blocks all those uppercuts, that's a one-sided match for Eduardo, right? It's such a funky matchup, right? It's so explosive and volatile that it's really tough to pick out who's going to win in a lot of those situations. So obviously today it was Tari-on, who's now in top 16 of SCR, and he really has to have a good showing here since he's at the bottom of the global standings in CPT points. So having a good weekend this weekend is important for Tari-on. Up next, of course, his friend, training partner, member of the Trinity, Brent, who's going to be going against new to California, but really strong player in Oliver Queen.
I've been very impressed by Oliver Queen so far.
Very stand out to me how strong he's been all weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. So Chris T is still sitting next to his buddy Brent. You can see him down there on the bottom right of the left screen.
Yeah, the little green shirt.
The little green.
Down.
Round 1. Fight.
But yeah, Oliver, I really like the defense that he's had. The mid-range control has been very strong. Ryu's not an easy character to play, but he's somebody who makes it work. So far, Brent playing pretty patiently. He can't really keep up in the fireball wars, of course.
Definitely not.
But it's important, I think, to establish that as a way to make Ryu want to throw fireballs. That lets Ken then jump in or run in, something like that. You have to establish that you have the mid-range control to some degree, at least.
Yeah, because Ryu, you know, he's that character you think about more mid-range control, defensive fireball style, right? Ken he's more aggressive. He's got to pick it up.
Hey, big loss!
Yeah, and he even tried to crush later on. I think maybe a faster punish would have been better since there was already a whiff. But Brent has corner positioning. Too far for the short. Whiff punish from Oliver Queen into the trigger. Oh, and you know, he's been holding those charged fireballs a lot all weekend. That's kind of been his MO with Ryu.
It worked just there. It's something that we've seen KnuckleDu do lately as well.
Holds it just a bit. Oh, I'm surprised no uppercut from Oliver Queen.
Whip playing safety first there. Yeah, great whip punish.
Yeah, his spacing has been great so far. He's had a couple of these key whip punishes, and he's doing well in the neutral. Brent trying to make his way in, and he got in a few times, but Oliver Queen didn't crack on defense. Little parry for V-Gage.
I like that range that Brent was just fighting from. It's a range that typically I think of as Ryu's, but the way that Brent had played was enough to fluster, I think, Oliver Queen.
Yeah, and what Brent will do is he'll stick out roundhouse a few times, get Oliver Queen kind of, wow, yeah. He'll get, he made a throw.
A couple of big mix-ups, that's punishable, yes.
Yeah, that should be the game for Oliver Queen. There it is. So Brent's had a few ideas that I think I like in this match, but, you know, Oliver Queen is so patient, so strong on defense, I think, and is making the right choices in neutral.
Yeah,
He's playing really well.
Chris is definitely talking pretty hard at Brent right now. He was not happy at how that went.
Yeah, there's that jump over uppercut, and you can see the throw bait with the Tatsu.
It was a very late throw. It wasn't a wake-up throw. It was a delay.
Yeah.
As you can see there, but Oliver takes it. Wow, big risk from Brent. He does not have the same tool that Ryu does.
No, certainly not. Gotta wonder what that's all about. No uppercut from Brent either. And you see Oliver Queen a lot of times in this neutral. Oh, this time he stays in the front. Last time that was dash under.
Yeah.
And the neutral, he's kind of waiting and looking to whip punish Brent in a lot of these scenarios. And because of that, Brent will start dashing in or running in.
It's kind of the opposite of how I typically think that this matchup goes. I want Ken to be the counter poker, and I want Ryu to be the person who is more active about footsies. But instead, it's been the opposite. Yeah. And that's been working great for Oliver Queen.
Yeah, I think that's just the way he wants to approach it. And maybe it's like a thing about Brent in particular. It's hard to say, right? But Brent is sort of just walking into everything.
Oh, hold on.
Now this is a big chance. V-Trigger can damage output.
Still in there.
Jumped out.
Still in there.
Back to the corner.
It's going to still take a couple mix-ups here. He's not done.
Great jab check. After that first hit of the target combo on either one that Ken does, you can take advantage with something like that low jab from Ryu, and that's what he does.
I do think that Brent is among the more buttonsy players. He does not want to sit still. Not just in movement necessarily, but in whether he presses buttons or not. I mean, you can see it. He does not like playing patiently.
He's doing stuff always.
He's the first mover.
Fireballs.
Yeah, he's the first mover.
Yeah.
Sure.
First action is always Brent. You're right. Dash throw again. He just covers that space so quick.
Oh,
big jump. V-Trigger still available for Oliver Queen. He has it so early in the round.
Well, yeah, you see Brent is just not content to sit.
Yeah, he's kind of just hanging himself. Oh, V-Trigger available.
That's probably it. It is.
Should be it. Oliver Queen 2-0 over Brent School, and Oliver Queen now in winners top 16 of SCR.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very impressed by his play. I thought he had a great read on how Brent would play.
Yeah, super.
He had the counter pokes. He had the whiff punishes. Like I said, typically the way that matchup goes is the opposite.
Right.
But if you have the read on your opponent as Ryu that you think he's going to be the one who takes the first action consistently, then you have the buttons to whiff punish consistently.
Yeah, 100%, right?
Look at this.
Yeah,
perfect replay right there. The stand roundhouse was whiffed, and that was a big loss for Brent because he was put in the corner. He made the decision again with first action with that fireball, and that allowed Oliver Queen to get in. Great read by Oliver Queen.
Yeah, and I mean, look, it's like the whole game, right? You as you mentioned, you expect Ryu to be, down medium punch fireball, low medium kick to really be controlling the footsies, but he just sat there. And Brent whiffed the world in front of him, and he just took advantage of it. And, Brent did get a few offensive opportunities, as Ken will get, but it didn't really turn into anything that was too big. Oliver Queen stayed good on defense, and that was really impressive. That was a really interesting take on the matchup from him.
Yeah.
Because usually you see Ryu's playing differently than that.
Right.
And there's a reason he's in top 16 winners. I don't think most people would have expected him here. I think he was kind of a sleeper in the tournament.
Yeah,
Everybody knew he was good, but
sure.
probably not as good as beating Dominion and making top 16 winners here at SCR.
Right. Yeah, he did that last night. That was really impressively done.
Yeah, in a Fang matchup, and I was unsure of how much he knew that match. He played it super well.
He did. Yeah. Well, he looked good today. So Brent goes to loser side. We're going to move on to the next one. As you can see, it's EG Justin Wong against EG K-Brad. K-Brad has been traveling around, as he will do.
Yes.
Today he's in Southern California.
Yeah, I was talking to Justin about that. He's like, I don't think K-Brad has slept in his own bed for months now.
I think that might... That's impressive. For Justin, Justin's down here from Northern California where he currently lives. So this is now a schlep for him. He used to live in SoCal.
Yeah.
I will still claim him.
Yeah, James said the same thing yesterday, actually.
Actually, he says the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he prefers SoCal.
Yeah, I've talked to him about that.
He prefers SoCal. I mean, he's from New York, of course, but he really liked SoCal. He specifically chose to move to SoCal. It wasn't such a choice to move to NorCal. I'm still going to claim him.
Yep.
All right.
Justin Wong, K-Brad. Should be a pretty slow-paced match for Justin.
I think that's how K-Brad wants to play this too. He's been playing much more footsie heavy, and on Twitter, I don't know if you've seen this, he is constantly talking about how he wants to play cleanly.
Yeah.
And what he's most interested in is people who play cleanly. That is to say, patiently, not going nuts, looking for smart opportunities, what he considers smart opportunities, and he does it well. You know, he has a great footsie game. It's something he developed as SF4 went on. And I thought he got very strong at it.
There's certainly a worry that you become too married to trying to play clean instead of playing with what wins. But you're right about that style that he's interested in playing.
Nice. Justin with the crouching jab, confirmed. Well, just was going to do it, got counter hit.
Yeah, low jab, a little strong. Yeah, see again.
Right.
You're just ready for it. Now K-Brad on offense. Wow, big risk from Justin. I wonder if that's just one of those things he knows from K-Brad, that would work.
The more Justin plays against somebody, the more he understands them. It's been very rarely the case that Justin plays against somebody a lot and he starts to lose.
Yeah.
Almost always it's that he wins more. And he gets those little moments. He's so great at noticing everything. Unfortunately for K-Brad, the drop there, but he gets the combo right after. Still in there.
Yeah, Justin just a hit away from taking this, but so is K-Brad, right? With all that meter, V-gauge.
Trying to confirm it. He can do it. Seen him do it.
Oh, walk forward, though?
He walked forward so far.
K-Brad had all that advantage.
Oh, hold on. Justin broke? I can't believe it. Justin never breaks. He's never the one who, when time is running out, does the wild
And
thing.
they're like even, and he's like, yeah, let me just EX command dash in, right? Like,
I wonder if that's why he did it.
Maybe he's just thinking that, like, yeah, K-Brad wouldn't expect me to do this, right?
I wasn't expecting him to do that, but still, I don't expect him to do it because I've played against him a ton of times, and he never does it.
This looks much more like what I would expect from Justin.
Yeah.
Oh, missed the reset.
K-Brad trying to fight. Trying to look for an opportunity. Still a ton of damage output, of course. Both of these characters, not much life and a lot of damage output available to them, so they can really burst each other down.
Right. And that's the kind of playstyle that they're so good at.
Oh,
what an overhead, yeah. That one's tough to block. Just let your opponent jump. When they whiff in the air, you just overhead them on the way down because, you know, K-Brad's looking at low block. Expects to be checked. What a buffer off the Fierce. He just threw it out there, and if it was like, yeah, if Justin hit a button into this range, I got him. That's what happened. That crouching Fierce from Cammy can be confirmed into critical arc.
Had a big whiff opportunity. Didn't take it.
Yeah, just slightly late. And Justin didn't turn that low forward into much. I think he was afraid at that range Tenko maybe not going to be an option.
Maybe didn't want to spend meter.
Yeah, could be it as well. Interrupt from K-Brad. He noticed that Justin was delaying the shoulder off that command dash. Oh, no. Couldn't pick it up.
It's a big loss, that meter.
Yeah, he needed that. That critical art is threatening to kill Cammy.
Oh, here it is.
Basically this help.
Huge chance not for K-Brad. Will he spend it? No. Saves. Next confirm, though, for sure, into super.
Oh, caught him, but it's out of the air.
Hey,
there it is.
No, he's too far.
The drops from K-Brad.
Crouching jab?
Confirm, and K-Brad, first game over Justin.
There's definitely a funky style choice coming from Justin. After schlepping down here, there's kind of a Meshuggah style that I'm surprised to see from him.
Yeah, exactly. Sure.
Round one.
Second match, we'll see if Justin can maybe adjust his style. It's a little slower so far, but
look at this.
Dude,
the whip
K-Brad's
punish coming
footsies.
out of K-Brad, right. Look
Whip
at this
punish.
again. I can't believe Justin is giving these moments up. Very unusual to see from him.
Oh man, and then yeah, autocorrect DP, but Justin will take that to get out of the corner. EX tie for pressure, and this time respects it. He knew that this time V-reversal was coming. With Justin, he doesn't want to commit that meter, so he's just a little bit worried about it.
See Justin trying to whiff punish some things as well, but I like K-Brad now not giving Justin the opportunity for that. Staying away. It's almost like they have completely switched what I expected their styles to be.
Yeah.
I've always thought that K-Brad is a good footsies player, but that he's not really the patient, stay-away kind of defensive player. And yet, that's what's coming out.
Yeah, chained a little now. Justin on offense still. Need to keep in mind. Oh, okay, that was a chance for K-Brad. This is uppercut. Not the round, but it's close. Oh, and he threw him. There was V-reversal so many times from Justin that now K-Brad has figured it out. And, you know, V-reversal feels like a good option because, look, when you do an uppercut, if they block it, you're crush counter punishable.
Right, that's the
But
end.
V reversal is kind of like a safer way to do an uppercut. You know, the downside is, of course, it's throwable, but it feels safe.
For a character like Karen who builds V-meter so quickly, it's okay to spend that.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. She can build it back.
Yeah, it's a safe-ish way to do like a DP that does Gray Life instead of regular life.
Unfortunately, if the opponent expects that, they get the grab, that's going to be all she wrote.
Exactly.
So now Justin, I like him not pressing buttons very often. Okay, I think this is really good to see. He has to settle down. He has to play that Justin Wong, strong, patient, footsie style, that mid-range control. And
there's the
K-Brad
dash-up
took
throw.
advantage of it. He saw exactly that style coming out of Justin, and so he dashed forward right through.
Yes, when Justin's sitting there waiting for buttons to whiff punish, that's when K-Brad can dash up and do stuff like that.
I am so impressed by K-Brad in this game right now.
And Justin, he really is not playing in the way you would expect him to at this point. He seems like he's a bit taken aback from the style that K-Brad's playing.
Look at that, crouching fierce in such a situation.
And K-Brad close to building CA as well. He's almost got that meter.
If he finds a confirm, he might get on it.
Yeah, he should be. That uppercut, he'll do the drill through.
Okay, dash forward for Justin. Now, can he finally make something happen?
No, and a lot of his V-gauge is gone already. K-Brad's out of his.
Strange to say, but with 26 seconds left, I feel like K-Brad has an advantage. Typically, even when Justin's down in life and time's running out, I like Justin because he's so patient, but that just hasn't been how this set's gone. 15 seconds left now. Justin gonna have to make something happen pretty soon to get this done. Pretty soon now.
Yeah, time's running out. Justin's got to be
Just
forward.
a couple seconds left. He got the grab. I don't think that's enough, is it? I'm not sure.
I think he's got the lead. No,
Oh,
the block.
oh, no, hold on. Was that enough? Was that
I
chip
think Justin
enough?
got it.
It
Yes,
was.
Justin got it over
That
K-Brad.
chip was enough. Can you believe it? He didn't get punished because time ran out. That chip got it for him.
Oh, that is... Man, Justin is... I don't know if he calculated that or what, but man, bad spot now for K-Brad. You got to wonder if maybe that round is kind of weighing on K-Brad after that. That was tough to lose.
I like the whiff punish there. Okay, so yeah, I feel like K-Brad has settled. I don't think that's such an issue for him at the moment.
Yeah, it was looking like it could have been a second ago, but...
Sure.
The V-reversal again, and K-Brad was walking forward. Oh, the risk on the uppercut. Rare from K-Brad, but he does it.
Well, this is now the fifth round. You know, he hasn't done it yet, so to bring it out towards the end, I think is smart.
Exactly. Justin now out of V-gauge. Oh, got caught. One more for the game. And
He
there
got
it
it.
is. Justin goes down to K-Brad.
I gotta tell you, I am so impressed by K-Brad's game there. I thought that was fantastic for him. He played the game that typically I think of Justin playing.
Right.
The patient mid-range control. He played that clean style that he's been talking about. He really did. And Justin, not quite as much. I mean, Justin was letting roundhouses out that were whiff punished.
Yeah.
You know, Justin was making decisions that I just feel like I rarely see out of him. Towards the end of the first round, when he did the dash forward,
Yeah.
even though he had the life lead and time was running out,
It was such a weird decision.
never see that out of Justin. So I don't know. Funky choices there.
You can see it in the corner here. This is where Justin was stuck, and yeah, he just gets clipped by the end of it. It leads to this EX drill, which of course is where the tick throw is going to come in. Justin got hit, and the back throw will do it.
Probably trying to wake up with buttons, and just didn't get it. Yeah, that's a good face out of K-Brad. Like I said, the more that Justin plays against people, the more he beats them.
Yeah.
And I know that they play all the time, so that is something that is tough to overcome. Justin is just so good at noticing everything. He's one of the best noticers, not just even in fighting games, that I've ever met.
Yeah.
He notices everything, and he records that. He keeps that info in his mind. So as you play against him more, he sees all of your tendencies, and he really just capitalizes. But for K-Brad to play the style that he played, and to sort of move past what I think Justin has often seen him play,
Right.
so impressed by
Yeah,
that.
because you don't expect that to be the way that goes, right? You expect it to be K-Brad getting caged by Justin on the way in, not being able to deal with the normals and the footsies, just getting slowed down and stopped. But it was like the opposite. K-Brad had the approach when he wanted to approach. He could whip punish Justin cleanly. It was like he just looked totally in control.
He really did. So
And that was just
congrats
like
to him.
when Justin played Kazunoko the first two games of that matchup they played.
Yeah.
It was the same way, right? Justin just got controlled by Kazunoko. It wasn't until the third game where Justin could figure something out, but maybe it's the same kind of thing where against Cammy, he really just needs some time to figure it out. Great work to K-Brad.
Really was. Okay, we're moving on to the next one. This is Ramasama on the left. GOL Ramasama. Liquid KnuckleDu is his opponent. Looks like it's going to be Rashid versus Guile. I gotta say, just as an aside, that I'm Still the Daddy Guile was looking sick.
It was looking really good. I like some of the ideas he had. You were talking mostly about the forward heavy kick.
Yo, I was so impressed by
Over
upside
Chun
down
slide.
kick over Chun crouching medium punch. That was so sick.
That Chun crouching medium punch, that's literally the button.
Yeah, to get under booms. So smart.
All right, so now it's
Anyway.
Ramasama, who beat Julio yesterday to make it out of pools, is now playing against Liquid KnuckleDu, who had that nail biter against Team Secret's Bunko to make it here today.
So we see Ramasama going with Rashid. He goes with Nikali sometimes as well. The Rashid pick, I think, makes sense. I like Rashid's mid-range options. I like his ability to get in. Certainly he can press pretty well once he's up close.
Real quick, that punish that KnuckleDu just got back on the jump back OS is one of the strengths I think Xiao has in this game, is that he can pretty easily punish this OS throw type.
Oh, could he not have juggled that?
I don't know if he wanted to risk it. You know, Rashid juggles can often be pretty inconsistent. It's tough to tell where you're really going to be.
Now this defense coming from Liquid KnuckleDu. I love the roll underneath. Didn't get the flash kick?
Yeah, oh, I love the V reversal too. V reversal versus Rashid is so strong to get away from that down fierce, which is such an oppressive button a lot of the time.
Oh, hold on though.
Oh, this is pressure.
Into what?
He
Super
beat the
Snare!
flash kick.
Yes!
Round for Ramasama. KnuckleDu tried the flash, but it just got sucked up by the tornado.
I think that was EX flash.
Yeah, it was.
So that's the invincible option. And it just didn't work out as he had intended.
First round Ramasama. And he built all that meter. He hasn't really spent anything in so long. That was really good awareness to confirm off that too. Due back to the zoning, he looks a little bit more comfortable against Rashid now. That first part of the last round, he definitely seemed a bit flustered about what he should do. Great punish too on that far space mixer.
Back to this zoning game. I don't really think that's... Oh yeah, so that's the kind of thing that I like for Rashid in this matchup. Is his ability to change the air trajectory, the ability to move forward in an unusual way. That can be tough for Kyle.
Yeah, that roll is also not a bad option through booms. Obviously there, it was a little late. Do not whipping too much in Rashid's face. We'll see what his answer is
now.
to this.
Hey, remember, there was a big comeback in the last round. Wow, that might have been a little bit too cute.
Yeah, he went all over the place. Still has meaty. Got caught. He was in the middle of forward medium punch, and the V reversal is good, and he lands on the boom. Yeah, great spacing from Dude to just be right behind it.
I really like Dude's choices when it comes to the V reversals. He is saving those for things that he knows he can get through. The down fierce, the strong.
Yeah. He's doing it at times where, punish. Boy. This is big, yeah. It's lots of damage off it. No meter spent, and he's close to critical art. But yeah, he's using it in times where it's guaranteed. It's
exactly.
It's not guess V reversals, right? It's when it's 100% going to work.
Right through. Oh, nice.
Interrupt. Yeah, that you know, regular
Option
flash
select,
kick
maybe, I wonder.
is projectile invincible as well. Didn't get much off the tornado.
Patience out of Dude again.
There it is. Yeah, you might be right. It might be one of those things you input, and it only comes out if he does the tornado.
Right. Of course, if you block the 2 hits of the crouching fierce, it won't come out.
Dude,
Just
check out the
like a block
charge
stun.
right there on Gao, right? You throw the boom, it's so
Tell me
far
about
away.
it.
It's so fast that he gets down charge in this game, right? He just threw the boom.
I hear you.
He literally just threw it, and he still has it.
People talked about the booms not being quite as fast on startup and recovery as they were in SF4 as being an issue. But man, if they had better recovery, and he had this down charge timing that he has,
it'd be absurd.
Come on.
Yeah. Big jump from the start from Ramasama. You know, he started the last game with the first round really strong as well, and I think it was just one of those things where Dude had to figure it out. To the corner already.
Interruption. Yeah. Again, crouching fierce, he sees it. He gets right through. I think his success on those V reversal timings, it's been 100% because he's been doing it at guaranteed times.
Right, a lot of people will just guess, right? They'll block a jump in or something and then V reversal, but Dude is waiting until it's 100% going to work.
Right, you see those stand strongs, those crash medium kicks? He did not do it there. It was not quite confirmed.
There's the V reversal. He was expecting to deal with the tornado on behind him. Whiff punish, wow. So far away.
Hold on though.
Oh, he missed though. Okay, well, no quick rise.
Lucky for Ramasama.
Comes down with that jumping fierce. That's one of the big strengths of Rashid, right? One of the few characters that can neutral jump, and if you throw, he'll hit you on the way down with that fierce. It's 2 rounds in a row. Ramasama tried with the jump.
Got a little bit too antsy on the run.
Wow, dude, the down charge, it's so fast.
Oh, he tried to anti-air crouching fierce. It was too slow.
He didn't have down charge to interrupt.
I think you're right. He was trying it. He was looking for the down charge just in case. Still there. What?
Opened up at the end, but it's not a lot of damage.
Right. It's just cool looking.
It is. It's super cool looking. The walk under, man, Du is out of the corner now. We'll see if Ramasama maybe off the wall to chase.
It's bad news for... Oh, okay. Du did not back up like I thought he would.
Yeah, he's got CA on deck too.
Oh, interesting. Okay, gets right underneath. He saw the crouching fierce whip or get hit.
And this corner pressure.
Yo, that had been jump medium kick though, rather than jump fierce. That might have crossed up in big news.
Would have been the medium punch, low medium kick, get the corner combo out of it, damage. But instead, we're looking at 3 rounds straight of jumps at the start from Ramasama. And Du had that corner positioning. He got the little throw bait with the booms. That's where he's so dangerous, right? Du's pressure and just knowledge of how to open people up with a character, even like Guile, is so good.
Great jump timing. You think that'd be a problem for him?
Okay. It's not a lot of damage, but it's corner carry. Ah, the eagle spike over the boom. And Du still has CA. I'm surprised he didn't spend it. Okay.
Yeah, you can see he does not want to use the X flash kick. He wants to save that meter for sure.
Yeah, throw tech OS forward out of the corner. Oh, it's missed. He just empty jumped.
There are some scrambles here. Not a lot of damage out of them.
All right, Du now committed on the meter. Oh, it's so fast. He got him. One more will do it. Mix up other side.
Yo, hold on, no! Hold on, no! Here
Trigger.
comes...
Oh! He just let her... Look at Ramasama's face. Yep, did you really?
What are you doing?
I cannot believe that you let that bad boy rip from so far away.
I like it. I mean, there were some things that I liked about Ramasama's game in there, but as he tends to do, Du just makes a lot of right choices.
Yeah, and even on stuff that's super hard reads, which is a pretty KnuckleDu thing to do. You can see it. Here's that end of the round scenario. He jumps over, and he thought he had that charge for it. Doesn't get it. The trigger comes out, and down, up, kick. And the best part, Du does it with this. Yeah, he gets this grin on his face like, damn, I'm nice.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I remember the flash kick, the regular flash kick, even though it's not fully invincible on the start, it is projectile invincible at the start. So it can get through the beginning of the V-trigger, though.
So what I'm thinking to myself is, if, he was doing those series where Rashid would do down fierce, canceling a tornado, and he was EX flash kicking through, I wonder if he could just do regular flash kick since it's a projectile.
Makes sense to me.
He probably could, right? He was just maybe using EX for security.
Makes sense to me.
So yeah, that's a real interesting scenario. We see that a lot with Ken as well, right? There would be the down fierce, and then you cancel a tornado. It's always Tatsu from Ken.
Right.
So it's probably the same kind of thing with Guile.
I think a lot of characters can do that kind of thing. I haven't really seen it until this week, more or less. I mean, I know it's been secret Trinity tech for a little while, but I haven't seen it a lot. It's definitely something to look at more often.
Yeah, for sure. Just like you guys should be looking at the awesome prices over at the PlayStation Experience. This is where Capcom Cup will be. All this action all year is culminating towards the end of the year for Capcom Cup. $5 off the 2-day early bird pass with code FIGHTMONEY16 at checkout. Checkout is, of course, over at PlayStation.com/experience-tickets, which you can see on your screen in just a second. And as you show up to the Capcom Pro Tour, you'll, of course, be wearing one of these lovely Capcom Pro Tour shirts, which you can get over at Amazon.com/Capcom Pro Tour. Presented by the PlayStation 4. As you sit at home, tweet in to let us know how you feel about SCR 2016 while sitting in your Vertigear chair wearing a Capcom Pro Tour shirt, watching and waiting for the Capcom Cup at the PlayStation Experience.
Okie doke. Well, we're going to move on to the next one in Winners Top 32. That's Nuki on the left. Been one of the best players in basically any game he wants to for the last 15, 20 years.
Dude, so when we walked in today, Nuki was playing with Justin, Wong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Karen and Chun, they were playing a bunch, and I was like so curious about why that was, right? I was like trying to think about it. Well, Nuki plays against Mago right now, so he was like, hey, Justin, let's play some games so that when I play against Mago, I can beat this guy. So interesting little situation. When we walked in, we saw them playing this matchup. It's a matchup that I think a lot of Karen players dislike.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's real tough because, Karen wants to walk back and forth, play grounded footsies, and do that kind of stuff, right?
Sure.
But you have a character that's Chun-Li. She excels and does better in the grounded footsies, but also has an easier approach that Karen can't really deal with in the air legs. She has a wake up that's pretty good and tough to deal with as well, right? If she has bar, great footsies, damage output, it's a tough match for Karen.
Yeah, I think you're right. But it's important to study up on it still as the Chun-Li, especially against somebody like Mago, who has been himself one of the best players in the world for a long, long time. And his Karen, it's a little bit of a different style than Justin's.
Oh, definitely.
The ground game is there, but on top of that, he has just excellent tech. He doesn't give up damage opportunities. He doesn't give up setup opportunities. He takes advantage of all of those.
So if I was going to classify their Karens, I think Justin's like an S in footsies and maybe like an A+ in everything else. Mago is like an S+ in everything else and like an A in footsies.
That seems about right. Yeah, I might put Justin a little bit lower when it comes to
Everything else,
the tech side.
Yeah, tech might be like a C.
Tech might be a C. Everything else about his game is A to S for sure. But,
yeah, Mago's like S+ in everything.
Yeah.
He's super dangerous player. And why I think that he's been the better Karen for a little while in this year now is because he's really optimizing the character, and you'll for sure see it here. Early jump from Mago. I think that's a sign of, you know, the kind of player that Mago is, and also the kind of matchup he's playing where he feels like, yeah, I should jump at the start. There it is. I mean, Mago trying to stick out sweep. Chun-Li just ready.
Oh, that was so sick. OS maybe.
Yeah, I wonder what it's about, right? Meaty, low, strong, a walk up and sweep the jump back tech.
I think was it in a dash forward?
Was it?
I gotta see it again, but it might have been crouching strong, opposite select, dash forward.
Oh, whip punish on the air leg.
We'll see.
Whatever it was, Mago was certainly ready for it, and it was part of the plan.
For sure.
I'm sure we'll see it more.
Ooh. Oh, nice. Oh, no, he missed it. He
Yeah,
didn't get the dash first.
I mean, that's you know, best players in the world. We still mess up stuff like that.
For sure. It's they're human.
It's a hard video game. Pressure now, and you got to be careful if you're Mago in the corner. You see that roundhouse?
He's getting too nutsy there. Yeah, but it can be crouched under, as you saw.
Right. Oh, the shoulder crushed, and that'll be dash, and that should be the round. It's first round Mago. You can see, really, Mago's doing a good job on the ground, but he's making his approach unpredictable, right? It's whether it's going to be shoulder, dash a button, jump. There's so many ways that he's making this approach look tough to deal with. And it seems like Nuki just really is not prepared for Mago to be playing this quick so early. It's just really fast-paced play from him.
Nice, fierce.
And confirming to the Tenko. No anti-air from Nuki either.
There it is. Okay, yeah, I like it. You know, Karen just builds V meter so quickly that to spend it like that, I think is a great choice. The opponent gives up regular meter, you can take advantage.
Yeah, it gives the great life even too, and he got the throw after, so it was extra damage.
Wow, wake up jab. Yes, confirms it this time. No execution issues there. Mago with the risk, but it pays off.
Another confirm from Nuki. It was that low jab. And wow, I'm surprised backdash didn't get caught from Mago, but still, Mago on lots of resources, including trigger. It's going to be damage. Not three. Oh. Yeah, didn't have all the bar.
No, it's very unfortunate.
Jump over. Gotta be careful.
Super's in there though. Oh, okay. Mago comes in and just gets the grab.
Just takes the grab. And first game Mago over Nuki.
Who's that in the shadows? Ah, Haitani.
Haitani. I know. He really was in the shadows.
In the shadows.
We couldn't even see him. He was hiding over there. It doesn't look like Nuki has anybody on his side. The rest of the Japanese players staying out of this. Saying, yeah, I don't want to deal with these two. It's been a long flight home.
What a great call on the shoulder time.
He's using that a lot in this matchup just to deal with the fact that the neutral, you know, it's not always amazing for Karen. And because, you know, Nuki's worried about that grounded shoulder approach, that's when he gets away with the jumps, that's when he gets away with walking up and playing footsies.
It's also an issue for Karen to deal with air legs. She just doesn't really have those fast anti-airs. But so far, I liked how Mago has dealt with it. He's been backdashing. He's been not in that position a lot of the time. Right. Wow, fierce on the punish. Big damage coming up.
Low jab bird. One more to do it. Oh, and he blocked.
He was patient. There it is. And a very delayed crouching short, by the way. Just in case there had been an EX uppercut right there, he would have blocked.
Right, so you block after the shoulder, which is negative, but not unsafe. You wait to see if there's uppercut, then you hit a button. Just enough time so that you can cover your options. It's really great. That was a checkmate from Nuki. No confirm on low medium kick from Mago. He's usually really good about that. Jab check and confirm from Nuki. You see that jab will counter hit the low medium kick, and you late cancel it into the bird.
Anti-air still a problem for Karen, but Mago takes advantage.
Yeah, you know, he does a really great job of letting his opponent strike. Okay, big combo now for Mago.
Oh, overhead. He went for it? Seriously? Will he just go for the kill? Oh, I'm very surprised to see him save that bar. That can be a big risk. Against a character like Chun-Chi has comeback potential for days.
Oh, but he gets away with it. Not only did he get away with the overhead hokey doke, saves the resources, corners himself, and then still gets the round. A lot went right for Mago there. But now full meter for both players. Both of them real great about hit confirming into this, so both characters can land these CAs pretty easily.
So good of Mago to be playing not so much in footsie's range. He's just not there very often. He's jumping, he's way out of it, he's doing command dash, he's getting shoulder. He's just not in that range that I think Chun-Li kind of controls in this matchup.
The jab check again from Nuki. Okay, baited the throw and now has pressure. And V-trigger, Mago just pops it even though it's not on hit. Corner positioning now. And you see, yeah, you're right. He backs out of the footsies range.
He's not in that range. He's done such a good job at that.
Oh, missed the throw.
Oh, anti-air was not there.
Oh, this should be CA, yeah.
He saved it exactly for this.
Was hoping to get the kill on it, and he doesn't.
Oh, Chun-Li's alive. Nuki, still in there. Match point Mago. He needs anything to get the hit, anything to get the kill. Maybe not, though. There it is!
Oh, the jab as a reversal, and Mago over Nuki for winner's top 16. Scary jab. If that low-medium kick hit or something, Critical Art was on deck.
It was for sure a risk. That was the game either way. But Mago had a game to spare, and Nuki did not.
Right.
So that Karen play, I thought, was really instructive on how to deal with this matchup.
Oh,
he just
great.
wasn't in that footsie's range for almost all of the time. He danced in and out of it very well.
You'll see, yeah, he's full screen away.
Right.
Why be near her when you can approach in so many other ways? There's this little throw series.
It was a crouching jab, I think, from Chun. And then you see the little stutter first before the second crouching jab came out. It was not an immediate crouching jab. Yeah, and
just the look on his face.
Thought it was going to work out.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is, one thing I think Mago really excels in this matchup, you mentioned out of footsie range, right?
Yes.
And a lot of it, and he approaches with shoulder or with jump or with dash, right?
Yeah.
Something just quick and explosive.
And a lot of the jumps were at like that maximum jump roundhouse range.
Like super far out.
Right, yeah. So that if he hadn't pressed the button, he would have just whiffed, and the anti-airs wouldn't have been legit.
Right, so you would have stuck out light kick, it would have whiffed, and he'd done low medium kick when he lands, gets in there and hit confirms it, right?
So
but the other thing
really
that he was good about is that Chun-Li would do something, and then he would instantly counterpoke.
Yeah.
Mago's real good about like, all right, you took your turn with the button, now I'm gonna boom, low strong, low medium kick, hit confirm, right?
Look,
He's so good at that.
I think that's part of this tech style of play, of knowing all of the frame data and knowing exactly when you can more or less safely press buttons. Of course, Chun-Li could have brought out an EX bird kick or something. That's very unlikely, of course. And so he did take advantage when she was at all at frame disadvantage.
Yes.
He moved first. He knew he could move first, and he did.
And not only do you have to have the knowledge of all of that, but you have to be able to implement that into a game just instantly.
Reactions
right?
aren't very
100%.
important.
You see this move, and your brain knows that is this on block, my button is this, and you hit it. And it just takes training and playing.
Before we get into this next match, which promises to be a good one, I just want to let you know that off-stream, Flash beat SD Pinoy, Filipino Man beat Stupendous, Ricky beat Snake Eyes, and Gamer B beat Yusuf.
So, Yusuf out of the tournament, no gifts, as both Stupendous and Snake Eyes lose to Chun-Li.
Pretty tough draw on both sides.
I mean, brackets go as brackets go, but we've got a sick match coming up. I have no idea what to expect out of this.
All right, well, it's going to be E.G. Momochi on the right. Maybe the best player in the world right now?
Probably.
Probably. And his opponent is going to be R Kappa KFGC XYZZY.
Hey, all I want to know is if somebody at R Kappa can send me one of those birdie shirts he's got, I'd be a big fan.
Do you want the KFGC? Are you part of the KFGC?
Dude, this shirt the design is so sick that I'm down.
Okay.
I'm down for this.
All right. Well, it's very interesting to see how he approaches this. This seems to me like a match that Ken can kind of maul in. He just moves so well.
But I feel like the wall that is birdie is so tough to get past.
Sure. I mean, for sure it can be, and nobody has set up that wall better than XYZZY.
It's really one of those things where Ken has to claw his way over this wall of birdie normals, and once he gets in there, that's where he really has to shine. But if there's anybody better at playing slow grounded footsies with Ken, it's Momochi. He's the guy to do it.
Momochi's the best at it. But the approach from very early on, and he won't commonly do that. He'll commonly wake up with stand short. I can't believe he went for that against Momochi.
He started with it, and Momochi had to jump forward over it, but look at the stun gauge up there from Momochi.
Crouching fierce, dug off.
It's the best. Momochi does have the punish on that down fierce.
Again, do you see the stand short consistently?
The wake up buttons. And the sweep afterwards, too. Momochi now takes advantage. No meter spent on that combo, so he's got a couple of stocks.
Great tech, and now Momochi has to fight his way back in.
It's this wall of birdie. You can see that that was a trade on low jab with Fireball from half screen.
Still blocking there. No V reversal. Oh, he's
swinging
fishing for it. And even if even Momochi does not whiff punish something, then I feel it's legit.
It's like unwhiff punishable. Oh, the dash up. Great reactions from Momochi, but out of range for what he tried.
Wake up back strong!
The check. Momochi, so ready for it.
They both know so well what the options are of the opponent after they get a dash up or a run up.
Yeah.
That's a huge part of this game, is knowing all of the setups like that. It's not so much that there are cross-up setups anymore, it's just like an SF4. It's, does the opponent get a free dash after this? Do they get a free dash after this? If not, you got to punish.
Great punish from Momochi on sweep. He did reversal EX Tatsu. That'll punish a few things in this matchup, including the chain on block.
Yo, -9.
Yeah, Momochi does not know, it seems. Nobody's swinging at Momochi with down fierce in Japan, I guess. But
Like, nobody was swinging at all with down fierce anywhere except for people who played against XYZZY and men RD. So
walk up command throw after the roundhouse from Ken.
I like that attempt with the stand roundhouse there, going for the crush. Considering that he saw Momochi wake up with buttons before.
Man, it's been such a close match both times so far between these two. Okay, this is the big chance for Momochi now. Corner carry. Overhead. It just keeps it simple.
Too far for the short punish. Does work.
V-trigger still on deck for Birdie.
So now, as Birdie, the question is, how do you get in? How do you deal with this damage? He's not the wall anymore.
Yeah, he's definitely not the wall. It's now Momochi. Autocorrect DP, chase down, the throw would have done it, so he had to tech.
Really not any time to throw out a can, nothing to throw out a banana. He just has to find some hit into trigger.
Ooh, Momochi almost whip punish.
Wow, overhead. He got jumped over before with that overhead and got punished big time. No anti-air!
And there it is from Momochi. He just took advantage that, you know, he's walking back and forth, and he doesn't expect Momochi to be the one to approach.
Yeah, he was only playing a ground game. XYZZY, sometimes you can tell when somebody's only focusing on the ground or only on anti-air. Clearly, I feel he was just looking at the ground. I think Momochi recognized the same thing. And that's why those jumps work. Birdie has great anti-airs, right?
Yeah.
Crouching strong is very strong.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're not expecting it, then you don't get the anti-air in time.
Yeah, he has all that meter. He's probably looking, how do I whip punish with medium punch, headbutt, super? You know,
sure.
How do I get this? Oh my god, he jumped. It's just one of those things you don't expect, and Momochi, perfect timing on it. There's that anti-air we just talked about.
Even if it's a trade, that's fine. Punish there. It can be safe if done at maximum range or meaty, but not there.
Right, now Momochi on this offense. Swung with the fierce, but out of range. Punish.
Again, not safe.
Yeah. A lot of these Birdie normals are so strong. Auto combo. And this is such a great round for Momochi. And there it is.
Very, very safely was looking for stuff. Really nothing too much committed. Now hopefully we're going to see a double perfect so we get to see that happen the whole time.
That would be great.
It would be great. Probably not going to happen.
Didn't happen there, didn't it? Yep. Not going to happen. Checks from... Man, he used that overhead so often, but Momochi with a reaction to the dash with back medium punch, hit confirms the fierce. Double overhead. Man, it's such an interesting button choice.
Oh, well, okay, maybe that's part of why he does it.
Stuffed out of the air.
Right. It's a preemptive anti-air as well. And he does it, if you notice, he does it at a range where if the opponent does jump, then he can anti-air it. So I think that makes a lot more sense now having seen it.
Oh, he canceled the down fierce. Didn't get a punish. Momochi double uppercut, but not going to be in there. And V-trigger spent. He still has options like jump hurricane. Oh, out of the range.
Momochi got away.
One more.
A confirm can do it.
There it is. And that'll be Momochi. Hit confirming. Gonna get big damage at the end of this. And there it is. Momochi 2-0.
He just played that so well. At all aspects of the game, he played that super well. I liked some of XYZZY's ideas.
Right.
The overhead, like we were talking about, that's pretty sick. It anti-airs preemptively as well, not just the overhead. But, I mean, he had... I guess it felt to me like he started to need, in his own mind, to bring in unsafe stuff. The down forward fierce, the big shoulder check. Those are not safe.
No, definitely not.
They can get through things, they can get under things, but you got to make sure that they hit.
Yeah, you can see it back to this situation here. Momochi had that trigger on deck, and it was just the whiff. He was pixels.
So close. I think if he had piloted that a little bit farther, it would have worked out.
And the confirm from Momochi afterwards, that is, of course, dead. And Momochi, he's so good about confirming and spacing and all that, but I feel like it's crazy to watch a Ken be that comfortable and neutral against Birdie. It usually looks so opposite, right? It usually looks like Birdie is like just dunking Ken in neutral.
For sure, but Momochi plays a different mid-range game than everybody else.
Yeah,
right. He is. I mean, that's part of why we think he's the best player right now.
That was why that was such a cool match, is because that Birdie player XYZZY plays a different style than we ever see anybody play. Momochi plays a different Ken style than we've ever seen. So it's like going into that, I had no idea what it would look like.
Yeah, like I've seen other people play it plenty of times, but.
Yeah, I've seen Birdie versus Ken a ton.
Of course.
But that was the first time I've seen Birdie versus Ken.
I think you're right. I think that's future Birdie versus Ken that only 2 or 3 people in the world are playing right now.
Yeah, nobody's playing Birdie and Ken like that.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. 2 years from now, you're going to watch this match, and it's going to look the same as that.
Yeah,
from 2 years in the future.
Right, probably so. That happened with
Except
SF4
for
a lot.
Birdie will have EX Can, V-Trigger, Season 2 throws across the screen or something.
Stuff,
you know?
Yeah. But the same thing happens in every game. You go back a couple years and you look at what was top play at the time and you think, wow, anybody could beat these folks now. That always happens. Games develop.
That's what's so cool about events like this, right? You get to see players who, you know, Korea and Japan here in Southern California playing in a bracket. It's really awesome. We now have one of the Balrog players who made top 32 here, which is really impressive. We had a couple of them, right? We had PR Rog, who we saw lose earlier to Christitarian.
Yeah. And Javi.
And Javi now.
CKD Javi. He beat GAM Kaba from the Dominican Republic. I thought one of the players I was looking at to make top 8 here.
Right, yeah.
I feel that that's, you know, Balrog I think is not a bad character. I think he gets a lot of hate. But he does have some problems. Certainly. One of the matchups, though, that I think he does great in is Ryu. I really think he controls that matchup well. And
I totally agree. Yeah.
That was the matchup. So Kaba kind of fighting uphill. Javi played it fantastically well. And now his reward is to play another one of the best players in the world.
Yes.
KnuckleDu Xiao Hai.
Who is, of course, playing Cammy. You know, a matchup where we saw Xiao Hai play against the Balrog. I'm trying to think recently. I think it was Alucard, maybe in team tournament or maybe in the main tournament. I'm trying to remember, but he was completely controlled. He played super well. I think in this matchup, the thing about Cammy is that if she can start and she can get in there, she'll be okay. It's if Balrog can really start to crush and get those big openings. That's when it's going to be a problem for her.
By the way, that was yesterday, yeah.
Right, we saw the Cammy, right?
Right, Xiao Hai beat Alucard's Boxer.
Right.
I really like that stand roundhouse, by the way. It actually beat the crouching medium kick at max range.
It's a surprisingly good normal just in footsies, right? As a counter poke to intercept a lot of things.
No doubt.
Speaking
Fishes
of counter
for
poke.
It would have been safe on block. It would have been advantage on block even.
Advantage, yeah. Crouching medium punch from Balrog, I think one of the better counter pokes from anybody. A lot of characters have low medium punch counter poke, but that is the round for Xiao Hai, who instead controlled the match pretty much start to end.
He got in, he did what he needed to do. And it's hard for Balrog to get opponents off of him. He does not have... Wow, okay.
Okay, that's the kind of reaction time and whip punishing you expect from Xiao Hai.
It is, but it's hard. Once you see that as Javi, you think, wow, you just took away one of my most important tools.
Yeah,
how am I going to do a dash punch?
Yeah, I should never dash punch. Why
just tried it. That was maximum.
It's so terrifying, right? When you feel like options are shut down, it just boils the game down to, okay, I'm only allowed to do these things, and then the player just stops it.
And that's never real. That's just a feeling that the opponent instills in you. You have to do what your character does.
And Javi's still doing it, which is a good sign. Xiao Hai lands dive kick and confirms. It's such great spacing, although the wake-up buttons from Javi work out.
Javi patient. Again, he really just doesn't have good defensive options. He has to block it out. Or find... Okay, did find an opportunity. Oh, overhead!
He's not going to have that second bar, so he can't keep it up.
That was so important. That second bar would have been it. That would have been the round. Instead, he barely did not have it.
That is the difference in that little bit of meter. It was round for Javi or Xiao Hai with the wake-up uppercut risk. And
yeah,
you know what?
There still needed to be a risk on Xiao Hai's side, and he did do it.
And I mean, you can take a look at that again, but his ability to take risks on uppercuts and stuff like that is so good. Oh no.
Boy.
Round one.
Oh man, even the bridge of the nose, huh?
You know,
it's not just the brow, it's the bridge of the nose even. Everything needed a massage there.
Yeah, it's bad. That's bad times. Whip punish, Xiao Hai on that low medium kick from Balrog.
It definitely does look like a tough matchup. Again, he just doesn't have defensive options there. Even if he has EX, a true meaty will beat it out.
Right, so if your pressure is real, which Xiao Hai's pressure will be, you are in trouble, and this is... Okay, it was almost the round.
That said, Cammy, not much life. If she takes a risk and gets crushed, Balrog with the damage output that he has, he's really just 2-3 mix-ups away from taking this thing.
Surprised there hasn't been instant overhead from Xiao Hai in a couple of those jump-ins so far.
I think he's just playing safety.
Yeah, probably.
There's just no need to take big risks. But here it is. Whoa. Again, just a couple of mix-ups away. The grab! One more might do it!
One more to stun. Maybe instant overhead.
Oh, he's going to get out!
Chip.
No, I thought... Right, of course.
You thought he was going to escape, right?
I did, but no, you're right. There was no reason to escape there. Just go for the chip.
Just go for the chip. And he was already in trigger, so no way to get away. Usually that is an option from Cammy to get out of the corner and just panic away. But yeah, it was just chip. So now, match point Xiao Hai. Corner carry. Oh, baited throw, but not in range to punish.
How much of this match has been caught in the corner?
I think we've only seen this corner for 90% of the match so far. Juggle. Yeah. Xiao Hai is one hit from taking this. But yeah, unsafe. A little high on the dive kick. Javi has a chance. And Xiao Hai playing so safe. No button.
Well, look at that range. If Balrog dashes at you at that range.
Oh, the whip punish again. He's close to building another critical art for Chip, so if Javi goes in, but all whiff punish. Xiao Hai. Clean.
Such a perfect understanding of the matchup. He whiff punished things when he needed to, That didn't even come up much, though. It was mostly just him pressuring in a way that he can do against Balrog. Balrog, like I said, does not have very good defensive tools in this game, and Cammy has fantastic offensive ones.
Yes.
And that, you really saw, that sort of battle not work out at all for Balrog.
Yeah, exactly. And the few times they went back to this neutral game, right, it was just immediate. Balrog would try anything to move forward. Xiao Hai shuts it down. Whether it's a whip punish, whether it's preemptive fierce on dash punch, whether it's, dive kicks just to get in and stuff like that. It was like every neutral option that Balrog feels like he should have, Xiao Hai shut down.
And there were definitely moments as well where Xiao Hai understood his opponent's character well enough. For example, towards the end there, in that last round, when there was a grab and then Balrog dashed forward and did roundhouse, zero reason to do anything as Cammy.
Just block.
Right. Balrog at that range doesn't have a grab opportunity. If he's going to go for the V-skill overhead or something, you can see that first.
Yeah,
right?
It's slower.
Right, for sure. Just block it out. And that's exactly what Xiao Hai did. He has the reactions to react to it if there had been an overhead, for sure.
Yeah.
So he played it, I think, so well. That looked really tough, I got to say. That looked like a tough one.
Yeah.
Both Javi and Alucard, two of the best boxers we have in this country, shut down by the same guy.
All right, well, we have tons of really awesome matches coming up. The next one I see is Haitani versus Chris G. Afterwards, PR Rog versus Filipino Man, and a few other marquee matches coming up. We're going to take a little break. Be back with those in just a minute.